Hello, quick update on the Sheerline. I've not been here for a month because other things have been going on elsewhere, but the car has now clocked up allegedly 3.6 and a bit miles. I suspect the speedo, or that was certainly the mileage recorder, is a little bit not accurate because it's been up and down the lane a few times. But that's not 3.6 miles. But anyway, I might have found another speedo head so I can put the original face back in it. The fuel gauge does not work. I don't think it's the gauge, I think it's the sender unit. But I've put 40 litres of high octane Shell V-Power Nitro, whatever the bloody hell they call it this week, in it, and it's made no difference at all to where the gauge is reading. I'm not too fussed about that because I'm having a stainless steel tank made for this. So I'll have to work out what the resistances is. I'll have to work out the difference between full and empty on the float, and then see if I can either find a suitable sender unit to go in it, or you know, make something, whatever, because I like fuel gauges to work.
I thought I knew true love.
You do, you sat in it. So we have weeping Welch plugs. Welch plugs that have been welded. That'll be fun. And oil leaks from, I mean, everything. Everything is leaking. The rocker gasket, you can't quite see it actually, but yeah, it is peddling oil out. The carburettor is leaking a bit of petrol. That could be annoying, because best I know, you can't get any bits for them, so it might end up having an SU, which is precisely what we did on the ambulance, which has, to all intents and purposes, the same engine. It's slightly different, the distributor's in a different place, and there's differences, but it's essentially the same 3993 donkey. I need to modify the thermostat housing. I've been advised to do that by, again, people that know, and put an electric cooling fan on it, which I'm going to do, along with an alternator, and make it negative earth. I think I've already mentioned that previously. This door fits even less well. Now it's sort of dropping. The roof is still all shapes. However, let me go around the back. Now, I was advised by someone in the comments to pull the back end up, put slightly taller body mounts on the back, which on paper sounds like a good idea. However, there's the rear body mount. There's no body attached to it anymore. The same this side. There's no body to attach it to. Hence that needs fixing. Zoom out a bit. There we go. I have now got the boot working. Well, I've sort of got the boot working. That latch works. That latch was seized absolutely solid, so I've beat it in at the minute, so I can now open and close it. If you go into the boot, you can see the fuel tank through what was the boot floor. You can see the fuel tank that side as well. This is all deformed and very rotten. There's holes in it everywhere. The wheel arches have, well, they've dissolved and it's previously been repaired. There's holes in it there. You can see quite a lot of daylight there and up in that corner. None of this is actually attached at all. So I'm going to have to fabricate all of that. Again, you can't leave this. This is not patina. This is it's dissolved. It cannot stay like this. The boot lid, I might have found one that isn't perfect, but is certainly a lot better than this. But if not, I'll fix it. This all needs. There's the rear cross member under, again, what was the boot floor. All of this, the rear valance is just creamed, but fixable. I've got to be a bit careful here because the door will swing into me BX. So the seats do have this covering on, and there's the original bit of seat, which is nice. However, oh dear, let's try it. There we go, it's a bit lighter again. We do have covers on, but the armrests are still there. There is one of the armrests, but I can't fix the leather because the leather's not there anymore. And indeed on this one, there's you sort of down to the foam. It's a bit of a mess, and I'm going to get in a minute and I'll show you the other side. So here's the passenger seat. Here's the quality cover that's been put on it, and then there's, oh yeah, see there's nothing left to fix, and these are not comfortable as they are, because you just sat on springs and bits of pillow that's been stuffed into it. So that is you know, it's going to have to be done. There is a company that makes proper carpet sets for these, which is nice. So and they're not horrendously expensive. The headlining, well, you can't see because it's pitch black, but anyway, yeah, it's kind of, this is all completely knackered. This is non-existent, and I don't know where the sun visors are supposed to attach. It should have a pair of sun visors. It doesn't. So I'll have to work out, see if I can find some photos and work out where they attach and make some. But yeah, so I've not really done anything to the car other than give it a tap here and there, but it's still, I mean, look at it. It's just, it's adorable. Oh yeah, the gear stick is, there's a lot of slop, huge amounts of slop in that. I believe somebody makes new bushes for these, so I will get some, or make some, because there's, yeah, it's not ideal. What else have we achieved? Nothing, absolutely nothing, because I've not been here. But there we go, coming up on 3.7 miles allegedly. I mean, it really isn't, it's nowhere near it. But yeah, that appears to be just making stuff up. So that's that. So yeah, I've formulated a plan, I've bought lots of parts. I've achieved very little because I've not been here, but that hopefully will change at some point soon, and I can start putting this thing to bits and making it better directly.
As he drives off into the sunset and abandons me at the farm.
To be fair, nothing's shut. Boot's open, bonnet's open.
Well, indeed.
There's all sorts of new shit in the back here.
going to beep again, is she?
It might. It only does it in third. If we swing it round,
Yeah.
and then I'll try and get it back into third. Everything, but pardon me.
You might have to edit that out.
Don't usually bother with such things.
Third gear, here we come.
Well, sort of. Taking it around a corner because I can't stop very well.
No.
Right, here we go then. Not doing it.
No. She's camera shy.
Back down, I'm going to try it.
Oh. Woohoo.
It's on gear. 20 mile an hour, 1800 revs. Right, let's try third again. Ah! What?
Focused on the dash, so...
Yeah, nothing's happening now, is it?
I don't know. I'm looking at where I'm focusing. I'm not watching what he's filming.
Still water temperature, spot on.
On a warm day as well. What it would do on a 60-mile trip is a different question.
Oh, it'll be fine when I've done it, mate. It'll be fine. What are you doing? Put it in water, right? Or landscape, whatever it is, the wrong one. I'm trying out a new microphone, so you might not be able to hear me at all, or it might be really loud. I don't know. It might be complete silence. Who knows? Anyway, I've yet again done nothing to the actual car, but I have been busy spending yet more money, and because one Sheerline is never enough, I bought another one, sort of, and I'm going to show it to you now, and then I'm going to explain why I bought it. So this is my latest quality purchase. It's an Austin Sheerline, or what is left of an Austin Sheerline, and it looks wrecked. However, I mean, it is. This has been sat outside in a garden for decades. I'm not sure if it was the 50s or 60s, but it's been sat outside a really long time. Although I reckon those tyres will probably do a turn with a bit of Sikaflex. I didn't pay a lot of money for this, probably more than weighing, but that's fine because I bought it from a very nice chap called Gary, and my mate Matt Blay came down with me, BA2 Recovery, to collect this wonderful car. There's a reason I purchased this. I mean, it's Sheerline parts, and therefore, you know, worth having. I've had the rocker lid off. I'm trying to get the manifold off. It's, yeah, none of that is very good. I'm pretty sure the engine is going to be nothing but a boat anchor. I really don't think the engine is going to be any good. But I will take it to bits and have a look. But I don't know what the mileage was on this car, but it can't have been a lot. And this is in shade, so it's not great. I've also already managed to tip quite a lot of oxidised aluminium into it, but I don't know. You probably can't really see it very well. But considering this has been sat in a garden since the 50s or 60s, and that's what attracted me to it, because I thought it can't have a lot of miles on it. But the gear set, alright, there's a little bit of corrosion on it here and there, but that's, you know, you can clean that up. But the gear set looks absolutely brand new. There's no wear on it, so it stands a decent chance of having working synchros. Obviously the actual gearbox case is not great. But that's okay, because I can pull the internals out of that and then build them up in the gearbox that's in the car. So that should give me, hopefully, a decent working gearbox. It is unbearably hot today. So I'm not going to get as far as I was hoping, but anyway, I'm gonna see how far I get in terms of getting the remains of the prop shaft off the gearbox. There's quite a lot of very broken stuff here, and all the bolts and nuts are sort of corroded away, but I need to get everything off of the box and then see if I can split the box from the engine, and then I can tuck that inside, make some space on the table, tuck it inside and pull this to bits. Although I probably won't do that at the moment because I'm not ready to do the gearbox, but yeah, and then have a look-see at the diff. It must be said, so the Planet gears, hang on, the Planet gears don't look particularly healthy. They look like they've got some damage on them. However, if you look at the crown wheel, there's a little bit of corrosion on it, but other than that, it looks brand new. And there's just no backlash on it. It is perfect. So even if I've got to use the Planet gears out the other one, I think that crown wheel and pinion will be absolutely perfect for this car. I will have a look. I'll take it to bits and have a ganders. That's a little bit more involved than it might seem, because none of the drums or anything actually want to come off. So getting the shafts out could be entertaining. I'd rather not cut through the shafts, but if needs be, I will just chop through it and work the shafts out to get the diff out of it. But aside from, you know, the obvious that this has been sat up for many decades, there isn't masses of wear on the old carbon thrust bearing, and although the pressure plate has seized, so it's, yeah, a bit knackered, but there's really, again, very corroded, but there's no wear on that flywheel. I'm not sure the ring gear would fly again, but I reckon the flywheel would face and do another turn. The friction plate was dissolved, and there is some wear in it, but there's not masses of wear in it. I mean, they're not very thick to start with, so I really do think this was a very low mileage car, which suits me. Of course, the only thing that might become an issue is if this was a limousine, that diff will be of no use to me because it will be too low. I did manage to get the rear bumper off, which sort of see, well actually you can't, but yeah, the actual bumper irons are quite bent. I've been trying to get this quarter wing off and it's getting there, but there's plates over what was left that's been screwed through and bolted through, and other plates that have been filled over, hiding the original screws, and it's that's proving to be a bit of a nightmare. But I want to get that off, and the other one, and then see how bad that wing is under all that filler. But equally, what I want to do before I even think about taking the body off of this is put it back on the ramp and jack the chassis, make sure that the chassis is square, and then I can work out what I want to do with the body, because it's not very square. The rear number plate has somewhat bitten the dust, and Ace prismatic pieces are rather hard to come by, but they're not very happy. That overrider is also not very happy. That light unit is Lucas 434, except there's about 50 million different variants of it. The actual body of it is knackered, like very knackered. I suspect I'll end up having to make one, because I can't find one. And try as I might, I cannot find one of those lenses anywhere. So I spent an absolute fortune on these, and then they're red, so they're not exactly correct for the car, but they are for twin bulb. And I did get a pair. So although they're not they are the correct shape at least, if not the right colour, but that will have to do for now. I will keep searching. I did manage to find another chrome surround, which is only the one, granted, and I did find a pair of gaskets. That one is slightly less good than the replacement, but the original's a bit knackered. This is putting up quite a fight. So we've had to cut a fair chunk off. But we have managed to get the hub and shaft out of this side. You can see the amount of gack that is in there. The prop, I'm going to have to cut the bolts off. This side is still putting up a bit of a fight. It's all very corroded, but I do want to try and save the shafts as well as the diff, because although they're really rusty, which is hardly surprising because it's been full of water for years, but much like the rest of it, there's absolutely no wear on the splines at all. The wheel bearing has had better days, but that's again been sat in water, so it's very badly corroded. The shaft is quite corroded, but I reckon that will clean and do another turn. I managed to save one U-bolt, so I can use that as a pattern. The dampers, remarkably, I mean, the arms are very badly corroded, but the damper's still damp, both of them. They're all tight and they work. So that's an absolute bonus, because the ones on the car are no good. One of the leaf springs was, well, the end of it was missing. This one is complete, but very rusty. I won't use it again, but given that it's had very little weight on it for best part of 70 years, that stands a really good chance, I think, of being a decent pattern that I can take to a spring manufacturer and have a brand new pair made off that, because the offside one on this is not pretty and the near side one is not pretty, and I think they're original. So that is that's a bit of a bonus. So yeah, I can use that as a pattern. Yeah, I'm going to go home and drink some beer. So I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.